These checkerboard blocks are going to be used to fill in various areas around the quilt, and I thought it would be good to get these ready so that we can be prepared for assembling everything next time. So the easiest way to do this is going to be to strip piece and then cut some units. Now for the black, which needs 3 strips, I'm using this fabric 2. And then for the white ones, they can be quite random. So you can use the fabrics that you've got remaining and just mix them up together. So I have fabrics 1, 29 and 38. Sometimes I don't have a full strip left, but that's okay because I can just sew these onto the strips of fabric 2, and that's going to make it work and get enough pieces out of it. Once you've cut your strips, you want to first of all cut off a few squares, because, for example, so when we sew our strips together, we're going to get chunks which are a black and a white square. And so for units like this, for example, there's a unit there, a black and white square there, and then another one and another one. So there's 4 of those units, but we also need an extra white square to go on the end. So before you start joining your strips, if you cut off 3 squares from the white fabrics and 1 square from the black fabric, that will give you extras that you need to add on to the end of units. And then once you've cut these, you're going to join them. So we'll be joining these 2 strips together, and then I'll take this strip and I'll join on sections of these. So I've only got a half strip of that, so I can join that onto there and then take one of my other strips and join it onto what's left, and so on. And then I'm going to cut those, once they're pressed, I'll be cutting those into 2.5-inch chunks. Now I've sewn my strips together, I cut off my 1 square of black and my 3 squares of whites before I started sewing. So this one was a whole pair of strips, and then with the others I've had to join partial strips on. And now what I need to do is to cut my chunks. So I'm going to cut that, make it straight, and then it's 2.5-inch chunks. So I like to use a line from the ruler on the seam that I've sewn, and I've got my 2.5 on the left, and just cut slices like that. So we need 38 of these. Sometimes you may find as you work along that you have to straighten it up again. I've now cut my 38 chunks that are 2.5 inches wide from my strip sets. So for A, we're going to go this way, starting with a white. We've got 4 of these units, and then a white square on the end. So that will be your section A. For B, we're going to put them with the black on the left. Start with a black, and we've got 9 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we'll add a black square on the end. So that will be B. And then C is 7 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We started with a white and we're also going to end with a white. So that's C. And for D, it's 7 units starting with the black. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just using my colours at random here. I'm not worrying about which fabric goes where for the white ones. So there's 7 units for that. And then E is 3 units. That's going to be vertical in the quilt, 3 units. And then F is going to be 8 units plus a white square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have plenty, plus a white square at the end. So when I sew those together, I'll start with white and end with white.